Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Arnold. So in today's video, I am covering a question as you're seeing on your screen. So question 1b is more of a calculation statistical question. They're telling us here that two students, Elijah and Elliot, sat for business law and quantitative techniques and taxation exams in 2021. So we have business law here, quantitative techniques and taxation exams. The table below shows their marks and weights attached to each mark. So as you can see, there it is. It's showing their marks. So they're asking us in Roman 1 here, determine the value of x. The value of x is right here. The value of x for which Elijah and Elliot's examination marks have the same weighted mean. Okay, there is the thing we call just mean. Okay, then we have it when it is weighted. Okay, I'm not going to explain the difference between these two. By the time we're doing these revision classes, my assumption is that you have covered these things have been introduced to you comprehensively by your teacher. Here we're just doing revision. So we're not just doing mean, which is the summation of the total amount out of the number of items. We are looking at weighted mean. In other words, a weight has been applied to each of the items. So it means that the total weight, the weighted mean, let me write the formula here. The weighted mean is given by the summation of the weight times the value of x. Okay, in this case, okay, this is our weight. This is what we are calling our weight, and now the value of x are these, the marks. Okay, the marks. So it is w times x, divide that by the total weight. Yeah, how does this formula come to be? I'm not going to go into those details now. We will be explaining those things when we are doing the topical based videos, when we are explaining when we are doing the syllabus videos. These are just revision series. Okay, so let's get started. So they are telling us to determine the value of x for which Elijah and Elliot's examination marks have the same weighted mean. So they want the value of x for which the weighted mean for Elijah and for Elliot are the same. So if they are the same, so the overall picture here is that we're going to get Elijah's weighted mean. Okay, then we are going to get Elliot's weighted mean. Now, because they are the same, we are going to equate them, and when we are equating them, we shall get the value of x. As simple as that. So let's get started with the weighted mean. Let's call this one the weighted mean for Elijah. Okay, the weighted mean for Elijah is the summation of the weight times x. Okay, the x here is the variable. Okay, in the variable in this case are the marks. Okay, because we are looking at marks of each of these people. So in this case here, it's going to be the summation of the weight. So we shall begin weight. We remember we're looking for Elijah, so we are looking at this here. These are the value of x we are going to be looking at for Elijah. Okay, so for Elijah, it's going to be the weight, which here it is 2 times 80. 2 times 80 plus, then we have x times 72x times 72 plus, then we have 3 times 46. 3 times 46 right there. Divide all that by the total weights. Now the total weights is this plus that plus that. Okay, it is the weight which is 2 plus x plus 3, like that. And then what do we have there? Of course, 2 times 80 is going to be 160. Then this is plus 72x plus 138. Divide that by 2 plus 3, which is 5, plus x right there. So what do we have there? Of course, what we have there as our final thing here, it's going to become we shall just simply end up with 298. When we add 160 plus that is going to be 298 plus 72x. Divide that by 5 plus x. That is as far as Elijah is concerned. Okay, so now that we are done with Elijah, let's do the one for Elliot. Okay, let me use a different color for that. Elliot weighted mean. Elliot's weighted mean is still going to be the summation of W times X over the total weights. Again, for Elliot, now we are looking at Elliot, and we are looking at Elliot. We are going to look at that's our values of X for Elliot. So again, it's going to be 2, the weight, it is 2 times 64, 2 times 64, plus, we are going to get X times 82, that is going to be 82 times X, or X times 82, whatever the order, plus 3 times 40, 3 times 40, divide that by the total weights, which is definitely the same, which is 2 plus X plus 3. So this is going to be 2 plus X plus 3. Of course, 2 times 64 is going to give us 128 plus 82x, right? Okay, something like that, 22x plus 120. 120 is 3 times 40, which is 120. Divide that by, that is 5 plus x. Okay, so from there, it's going to become, definitely the whole thing is going to become 200. When we add the 2, it's going to be 248 plus 82x, divide that by 5 plus x. Okay, so this is the expression we have for Elliot's weighted mean, and that's the expression we have for Elijah's weighted mean. But remember, they're telling us the question as that determine the value of X for which Elijah and Elliot's examination marks have the same weighted mean. So if they're having the same weighted mean, it means that this expression here is the same as that expression here. In other words, they have the same weighted mean. So that is what we're going to do next down here. So we know that Elijah's weighted mean is the same as, or it is equal to, Elliot's weighted mean. And we know that Elijah's weighted mean, the expression is 298 plus 72x, divide that by 5, plus x is equal to 248 plus 82x, divide that by 5 plus x. So now our role here is to go ahead and find the value of x. Okay, so what is remaining here are just now your algebra skills. So let's eliminate, since the denominators, okay, you can either cross multiply, or since you multiply 5 plus x on both sides, whichever way you find easier for you. So let me multiply 5 plus x on both sides to, like that, 5 plus x on both sides. You know the effect is the same. This goes with that, then this will go with that. Yeah, then we shall come here with, we end up with 298 plus 72x is equal to 248 plus 82x. Now the previous step, you can also cross multiply, you will still arrive at the same answer. Okay, so let's collect like terms. This is going to be 72x on this side, then this thing is going to come that way. It is positive 82x. When it crosses the equal signs here, it becomes negative 82x. So I shall say minus 82x is going to be equal to, this is 248. That is what has remained here. Just 248, not just 248x. So it's 248. Let me try and make this one look neat. 248. Then of course this thing here, This 298 is supposed to cross and come this way. When it crosses the equal signs, it becomes a negative the other side. So it becomes minus 298. So this here we have, what we have here is 72 minus 82. What do we have? So what we have here is negative 10x is going to give us 248 right here. So we have 248 minus 298. We have negative 50. We divide both sides by negative 10, divide both sides by negative 10. This goes with that by 10 once, by 10 once. You remain with your value of x, giving you the negative score. The zeros die. 5 divided by 1 is 5. So our value of x is 5. So now that our value of x is 5, when you go back up here, you realize that Roman 1, determine the value of x. We have been able to determine the value of x. Okay, then Roman 2, find the value of Elijah's weighted mean. Now since we have the value of x, now we can determine Elijah's weighted mean. Okay, so that is more like part B. Let me just put it here. Okay, part B, Elijah's weighted mean. If you look at up here from our calculations, this is Elijah's weighted mean. We ended up with this expression for Elijah's weighted mean. So it's a matter of substituting for the value of x in this to get Elijah's weighted mean. Okay, so Elijah's weighted mean here, we shall see, we just simply say Elijah's weighted mean is going to be equal to that expression, which is 298 plus 72x, divide that by 5 plus x. So we have 298 plus 72 times our value of x, which is 5. So we shall say times 5, divide that by 5 plus our value of x, which is also 5. So what we have as our final answer is Elijah's weighted mean, which is 65.8. So we have gotten the answer to that. We have finished. If you look up here, of course, after doing a question, you check to see if you have adequately answered it. We answered Roman 1, which required us to find the value of x. We've also done Roman 2, which required us to find Elijah's weighted mean. We've gotten our full marks. So now it's time for us to move to the next question.